What is up, guys? So I've really been trying to define a niche for my channel. Like, what am I really doing here on my crypto YouTube channel? And one thing I'm passionate about is small cap crypto gems, like cryptos that are just launching or that have a 100x potential. I want to hear your feedback about if that's one of the things you would like me to make my channel about. Now, I realize there's a lot of conflict of interest here because smaller cryptos are more thinly traded and influencers can move the price more. So I am a little bit worried about that, but this is what I'm passionate about. And I've always felt that you should make content about things you're passionate about. In fact, in my Twitter profile, I actually say that I'm passionate about small cap cryptos. So what do you think about that? I will always disclose, especially if I do a series or make my channel about small caps, it will be even more important for me to disclose any relationship. That would mean that if I have a allocation, if I'm paid, if I'm thinking about getting paid, if I'm in contact with a team, anything like that. So let's just get that out of the way because I'm really not here to try to sneak in a promotion or something like that. I spend like all my time in crypto researching small caps. So why shouldn't I make content about that? Because it's just what I'm interested in. Now, don't worry, we are going to get into the actual 4 small cap projects that I'm going to do for today's video, but I wanted to do a little bit more intro here for you on some of my thinking. See, I just am of the opinion that a lot of the crypto market is sort of mature now, and I'm not really interested in making a 3x on Cardano, if Cardano even survives. I already have real estate. I already have passive income. I already built a business. I'm really in crypto to try to leverage research and personal capital, that is my time and my ability to research projects, to try to find projects that are more exciting and might have a potentially bigger gain. If you guys could please let me know in the comments what you think about this, your honest thoughts. Be completely honest. You hate it, you love it, you're worried about it. I really want to know because it is a new YouTube channel for me and I want to know what you guys think. One last little disclaimer. Many small cap projects will go to zero, regardless of market conditions. Even if Bitcoin goes to 100K, many of these projects will go to zero. Why? Just like normal business startups. Sometimes people get bored of doing the business. They can't do it anymore. They run out of money. There's too much competition, regulations, all of that. So these videos are really just for information and education, entertainment only. They're not intended as financial advice. Okay, I do want to point out that I am affiliated with DAOmaker, but that doesn't mean that we shouldn't look at DAOmaker projects just because I'm affiliated with them. For example, DAOmaker launched My Neighbor Alice, which you guys already know has done really, really well. This project has a 73x return. So I don't really want to focus on, you guys, I have kind of an inside connection with DAOmaker. I work with them, so that gives me a lot of data on their deals. So if you guys don't want to hear me talk about DAOmaker projects at all, then just skip my channel. But I will say that I am not going to be exclusively talking about DAOmaker or anything like that. I'm really, how do I explain this to you guys? I love researching small caps. It's exciting to me. That's what these videos are going to be about, is just what I'm looking at and what I'm into. So you'll see maybe like half of them are projects that like I actually am connected with and half of them aren't. I reach out to projects, you guys. I actively reach out to projects and ask them to work with me if I like them. You know what I mean? Okay, so let's look at our first one today that I found interesting. Now, I will start off always with a disclosure. Coliseum, I have no, and by the way, don't just look at the art and think that this is a game because it's more than a game. We'll talk about that in a minute. I do not have any connection to these guys at the moment. Zero, nothing. But I am in talks with them for a potential allocation or partnership or something. Nothing is formed yet. Now, let me tell you why I like this one and why I wanted to bring it up as the first mention in today's video. This is like the Steam of games, or at least that's what they're trying to do. So if you guys don't know what Steam is, it's kind of similar to Roblox, where it's like a gaming platform that has lots of micro games inside of it, which would make a lot of sense, right? Like it provides utilities and resources for game developers to develop and launch their games on kind of like a closed, contained platform where, game developers don't have to launch like an entire self-sustained, self-contained game. So this caught my eye. Obviously there's like tons of new games launching, way too many new games launching right now. And so, I'm just staying away from like just many specific games. My computer's lagging a little bit on this huge PDF. Let me see if I can scroll down to what I was trying to get you guys to here. Hold on. So yeah, they have a lot of partnerships, contributors and whatnot. I was going to try to show you the team. Let me see if I. Oh, here's the team. So I'm not looking at like just games. There's so many play to earn games launching right now. Like you guys know that, right? Like you guys are sick of hearing about this game or that game. So this project caught my eye because it is a like Steam or Roblox like platform that offers like an API and an SDK and all that fancy software stuff that I don't understand, for games to like launch in a self-contained kind of a way. Like I said, I'm not associated with them yet, just like their project. So I'm talking to them. We'll see what happens. Just a little update on Lossless. I am associated with Lossless. I was a pre-sale investor, and I've probably done some other partnership work with them before. I love Lossless. I'm always talking about Lossless. I think they solve a major problem in crypto. They allow projects to mitigate hacks by using their code and launching their token on using the Lossless code. And I just wanted to point out that they just filled up their staking pool. Staking pool is full on KuCoin. Kind of exciting. 37% APR, probably subject to change. Again, yes, I am associated with Lossless, but I still like them and I still research them a lot. Next project we're going to look at here, okay? I have zero association with these guys. This is another project that caught my eye, and so I want to talk about it because it caught my eye. Now, I did reach out to them. I said, hey, do you guys want to partner? Do you want to do anything? That's what I do, you guys. Like, if I like a project, I generally reach out to them. That's just my style. I'm telling you right now, if that bothers you, you should not be watching my channel because I like to work with projects. I like to talk about them on my channel. I like to get business arrangements with them. But like I said, I will tell you if that's happening. This one, nothing at all is happening yet. I did reach out to them, have not heard back. But anyway, disrupting the future of real estate. Their token presale is in 4 days, just to point that out. And a lot of these tokens do dump on launch, but I think that disrupting the future of real estate is a huge use case for tokenization and blockchain. And so this is a team who is doing that in the real estate niche, and they are going to be doing all of the things that these real estate disruptors are trying to do. Disrupt the transactions, disrupt ownership, tokenized ownership, and all of that stuff. It'd be easier to buy and sell your portion of the property, and they're doing a lot of other cool stuff that I don't have time to cover all of it, but you can watch a little intro video here. Now, here's one thing that caught my eye about this project that I kind of like, okay? One of the things that I talk about a lot is diversifying away from the United States, because the United States just has a lot of regulations. And other countries have regulations too, but if you can get a little bit of the United States, a little bit of Europe, a little bit of wherever, you're unlikely to get hit by all the regulations at the same time. This project says that they are in Amsterdam, okay? Now, I haven't researched where they're actually incorporated, but they do have a non-US dollar sign in their profile here. So I kind of thought like this would be a good one to invest in to diversify away from United States crypto regulations if you want exposure to tokenized real estate, which again, I think is kind of interesting. I just followed them on Twitter today, and they have their pitch deck and everything else coming out. So will you guys tell me if you're enjoying this video, like what your thoughts are? Please leave me a comment, because this is kind of what I'm passionate about, is talking about these small caps. And I think if my YouTube channel is going to survive long term, like I just have to stick to something that I'm interested in, but I also want to stick to something that you guys like. You know what I mean? So can you guys just like, please give me some feedback. So, and please subscribe to my channel if you're new here. So this is similar. That Real Estate X one that we just talked about is similar to Proppy, which I did talk about. I did make a video on. I have zero connection to them, never invested early, but I made a video on them on my TikTok just for fun. I day traded their crypto for a little while. I still think I own some of it, but I'm not an early investor, and I've never been paid by them, just so you know. Proppy, the reason I bring up Proppy is it's similar to Estate X, but I think Proppy is based in the United States, so you wouldn't get that diversification that you would with the Estate X one. So that's kind of, neither here nor there. One thing I do like about Proppy as a real estate disruptor is their market cap. Their tokenomics are pretty good. They already have almost all of their coins unlocked here. well, not, I shouldn't say almost all, but a good portion, 134 million, whereas the fully diluted market cap is only 180 million. So it's not like one of those where only like 2% of the coins are outstanding. And to be quite honest, Proppy has withstood the crash pretty well. If you look at this, in the last year, look at this, you guys, they've kind of stood their ground a little bit here. So that's interesting. Okay, I did want to give an update on Quoth. Quoth is one that just launched yesterday. It is a small cap. I am associated with Quoth. I am an early investor, and I have been paid and compensated by them for videos and consulting and stuff. But like I said with my neighbor Alice, that doesn't mean that we shouldn't look at them just because I'm involved with them, right? Like, you guys make up your own mind. But like, full disclosure, I am involved with them. But they are shooting to be an Oracle and search engine, kind of like, think of like the Chainlink or the Graph, but for NFTs. Just for NFTs. And I know the founder. I've spoken with him on the phone. So I've done my own little way of doxing him as far as I can. It's just one to keep an eye on because I think they have a lot of long-term potential utility. Now, they are experiencing the typical post-launch dump, which I always warn you guys about. Try not to get into projects right after they launch because a lot of early investors, venture capitals, influencers are taking profits, and you will see a few days before the price stabilizes. You know, you can see the price up here was like at $1.20 or whatever at its highs, and now it's down 80 cents. I don't know how much lower it's going to go. But again, just so you guys know, since you might not be aware of this, when I got my investor tokens for this project, I only got 5% of my tokens on launch day. The rest vest out over a year. So these legitimate projects, it's not like influencers can just dump their whole bag on you on day one, right? Like, good, now crappy shitcoin projects, yes, that can happen. But on good projects, they have what's called a vesting schedule. A vesting schedule, let's see if I can find one for my neighbor Alice. I don't know if it's on their page here, but a vesting schedule is when you don't get to unlock your tokens all at once. I'm not seeing that on here. I'll show you guys in another video, but I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory because obviously you wouldn't want the team and the founders and all the people with the most tokens to just dump on day one. So one of the things you should research when you research small cap cryptos is the vesting schedule. It will tell you how legitimate of a project it is. So only 5% of my tokens unlocked on Quoth. The rest take like a year, which makes the influencers really more careful about what they talk about and invest in because they are long-term partners. Okay, guys, that is going to do it for today. I would really appreciate if you guys would let me know in the comments if you like this, if you want me to talk about small caps. It's kind of what I'm passionate about. I do like spend a lot of time, like my wife's always like, what are you doing on Twitter? And I'm like, researching small caps. So it's like, it's a passion of mine, but I do have some conflict of interest or, you know, some projects that I'm partnered with, which also gives me inside information that maybe I shouldn't say inside information, but it gives me access to research and what the project is pushing out. And so, like, do you guys want that or not? Like, let me know in the comments, please. This is your chance to say yay or nay. I love it. I hate it. Whatever. Peace out. See you next time.